early on in my investing, I didn't have as refined of a philosophy. So I guess part of the problem with my early investing career was my first few real estate deals I did, I thought I was a damn genius because they went so well, but it had nothing to do with me. It just had everything to do with timing. And so I figured if that's working, let's just get 100 properties before I was ready for that, before I had the infrastructure and had a lot of money. So why not do oil and gas, which I knew nothing about? Why not put money into 2 different IPOs? So what happened was I got spread thin, and my number one mistake during all that was not applying risk management principles and risk transfer type of strategies because I'd only seen upside and figured that it was always that I was going to have the Midas touch. So then all of a sudden I wasn't spending as much time focused on my business because I had real estate partners that went bankrupt or that walked away, and I now inherited that business that I didn't know nearly as much about, and I had to take a whole bunch of time in that. So for me, I had to buy my way through it. I had to grind it out. I had to hire people to come and support me and then learn the lesson of, hey, just because it works doesn't mean it's always going to work, and just because one piece works doesn't mean that every other thing is going to be the same, because I did get overly diversified. And the problem with being overly diversified is if one thing goes wrong, like we go back to the book Multiple Streams of Income. I don't like multiple streams. I like rivers. I like, things that aren't just going to dry up, because then if one thing goes wrong, you have to pay attention to that. You're now neglecting these other things if you don't have the right infrastructure. So for me, that was really painful. I had to go through and I had to auction some of my properties where I would do like round robins because I wasn't able to sell them. So I had to invent stuff. Like, okay, come on a Saturday. I would put something in the paper and say, I'd have a $400,000 property. I'd say, hey, come and do this $170,000 or best offer on this property, and became the person that was doing the seller financing. And then a round robin where they could outbid each other, but I controlled the financing terms. I had to learn that. I had to study that, and that took time away from other things. So I found a way through it, but I realized how ignorant I was and how much I didn't know. And then